Hi there, it's Sarah from Pear Projects. I thought it was about time that I did a really short video on a few simple and safe exercises for women who have or are recovering from a C-section or a hysterectomy or any kind of other abdominal surgery and want to start feeling more connected to their core and their pelvic floor to encourage that recovery. Okay, so the first thing, and very, very importantly, is that I'm going to be talking about core synergy. If you're not quite sure what I mean by that, I do have another video which just explains it really simply. But effectively, it's just your breath and how your breath can really help connect with your pelvic floor at the bottom, your core at the front, well, your entire core, but really the TVA muscles at the front and your back muscles too, which we can't feel as often, but are working. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm just going to shimmy back onto the pink yoga mat. So first things first, obviously you want to be looking after yourself. So do good practice with getting up and down and just be careful and look after yourself. So we're just going onto our side and then onto our back to look after any scar. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet, is we're going to practice our core synergy on our back. And I just want to encourage you to pop your hands on your tummy, those lower abs. So about where that scar is, just to really help get you used to that new scar being there. We're not pressing down, we're just lightly holding, resting the fingertips lightly on. We're going to breathe into the front, the sides, the back of the chest, but not the tummy. We're going to try and avoid that inter-abdominal pressure of breathing into the belly. So we're going to breathe in through our noses and we're going to purposely exhale out through our lips. At the same time as doing that, I want you to think about, in your mind's eye, that core turning on, pulling down, tensioning and strength throughout the core. The pelvic floor is going to do the same, so you want to tension and lift it up and in. Okay, all one simultaneous action. So here we go, I'm just going to do two live without talking. Okay, here we go, breathing in. Exhale. And again, I'm going to breathe into the ribcage. Do a purposeful exhale, drawing those muscles in, waking them up. Pelvic floor from the bottom and back. Right to the end of the breath. Lovely, so that's going to be exercise 1. You can do that as often as you like. Exercise 2, I'm just going to shimmy slightly to the side so that you can see, because my knee is going to drop out to the side. So we're going to implement the same breath pattern, that core synergy exhale on exertion. And the exertion here, the effort here, is actually going to be, we're going to breathe the knee gently out to the side as you breathe in. And as you do that purposeful exhale, we're just going to draw it back to that centre line, okay? That's all we're going to do. I'm going to keep my hands gently resting on my lower abdominals. So I'm going to breathe in. There goes the knee. It doesn't have to be full range, just a little bit. And then using that strength in my core and my inner thigh, my pelvic floor, I'm going to exhale that knee back up to the centre line, back up to normal. Okay, and then I'm going to try the other side. So I'm breathing in, tilts out. Here's the exhale to draw it back to centre. Tensioning the abs all the way as much as I can. I'm going to do one more each side for you. Trying not to talk. Here we go. I'm going to breathe in, the knee goes out. Exhale it back. Inhale it out. Inhale it back. Remember, your pelvic floor at the bottom and your core is all one system, so one needs to fire in time with the other. All right, the third and final one, I'm using a stretchy band, but an old pair of tights, a pair of ladder tights, is going to do the job just as well. I'm going to double mine over. If you've got tights to hand, that's what I will want you to do as well. And I want you to have a little bit of constant tension there, just to help magnify that core tension going on lower down in the upper body. Okay, we're just magnifying it and adding a tiny bit more load to the body now. Now this version, I'm still keeping my knees up, so my feet flat on the floor in a parallel position, and I'll do a tiny progression in a moment. The arms are going to come straight out from the shoulders up towards the ceiling. Here is where we're going to breathe in this time. So instead of the knee going out, the arms are going to go back. So work with whatever flexibility you've got. Now, if that's pulling on your scar, it's probably because you've got adhesions or you're working a little bit too soon. So work with what you've got, what mobility is there for you. If you can go all the way back down here, you're way more flexible than me, and I'm very jealous. So I'm going to come just to here, and I'm going to do my big purposeful exhale, my core synergy breath, as I draw my arms back to my centre, my start position, with a constant bit of tension out to the side. I'll just do 2 real time for you. Again, trying not to talk. Here we go, breathing in. Exhale. Ooh, one more. Exhale. Constant tension pulling out on the band. Tummy tightens, pelvic floor is strong. Awesome. Okay. Really good for our arms and our back and our shoulders there as well, with the constant tension. So a little progression for you is obviously your flexibility, okay? Working on that was always a bonus. But if you want to work a little bit harder, just straighten those legs out for me. So again, just adding a little bit more stretch around that scar tissue, making it a little bit more functional and getting you back to your day-to-day routine there. Because they've obviously scar tissue's tighter, okay? So here we go. I'm going to do this relaxed feet if you want to work even harder. Point those little tippy toes. Remember those ballet lessons. So I'm just going to breathe in as I stretch my arms back, and big purposeful exhale, tension on the band. Even more in the tummy, even more in the pelvic floor there, wow. And then just relax. And that's it. So remember, good practice, rolling onto your side, slowly and supporting yourself up to sitting. And that's it. Thank you very much.